Hey, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Colin Wilcox, Extraordinary Concepts. You got to put extra in front of ordinary. This is my son, Wyatt.
Hi.
He actually wants to be a YouTuber. So, what better way to be a YouTuber than do a YouTube video? So, to be on the YouTube video. But don't let me get myself wrong here. But, we still have Goldfinger, and Goldfinger is the ones that he did write down these questions. So, you guys sent out some comments to Goldfinger. Goldfinger created some questions for me, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to answer some questions, and they should be answers. And then maybe Wyatt will chime in, and we'll talk about some of that kind of stuff too.
Yay.
So the first question that I got from Goldfinger is, when guests pick up their phone in my restaurant, what are they actually looking for? That's a pretty interesting question, and I give the same face Wyatt's given right there. And when guests actually pick up their phone, they may be looking for somebody's text as been text, but typically they're bored. So they're looking at their phone. They're bored with the party that they're sitting with. They're bored with the environment that you're giving. They're bored with anything else that might be going on. So they're picking up their phone, like I said before in one of these question answers, is that it's in habit. They're doing it in habit. So they're picking up their phone, they're scrolling and looking to entertain. So I would say they're looking for some entertainment, some stimulation, something other than what you're providing. And if you were providing something really good, then they may not put up their phone. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Hold on a second, everybody. I am organic. Hi there, Mama. You're on the speakerphone, and we are recording with Wyatt Wilcox and with
Goldfinger.
Goldfinger over here, a
Hi.
podcast. How can I help you?
I just want to let you know I was on my way home.
Okay, that's
Yay.
my wife, everybody, and she's on her way home, and we love her. Okay, we'll see you later.
Bye, Mom. Okay, bye. Love you.
Okay, that was my wife, everybody, and I mean,
Kind of
I happen to
interrupted the
be
show.
using my phone to get some reads off some questions, and so because I have my phone, she called. So anyway, so that's I would say would be question one
Wait, but
is
also, they can like the things you pick up your phone and QR code.
sure, but the question was sort of like what a restaurant, what customers are doing with their phone. But you're right; they may pick it up and hit a QR code. So White is correct; they could be picking up because sometimes you do see those table tents with QR codes, and they're scanning that. So that could be a bonus if it's actually for your restaurant.
Bonus point.
Bonus points. Okay, next one. Are guests ignoring my restaurant or trying to learn more about it? Well, I'm not exactly sure what they're trying to figure out, but I know for a fact that the guests are coming in to be directed. They're not coming in here to work. They're coming in here to be directed. They want to discover things. They want to be, it's an experience that they're actually paying for. So as soon as they come in, they want to be serviced in hospitality. So they don't really want to, they're not looking for anything. They wanted to actually, us as operators, to actually direct them into certain experiences and discovery. So I would say that the guests are. What was the question? Are guests ignoring my restaurant? So if they're ignoring your restaurant, ignoring your direction of their experience, then shame on you.
How?
How do they ignore it?
Yeah.
Well, like you, when you go to a restaurant,
Yes.
you want to ignore the restaurant and play video games. That's ignoring the restaurant. That's you're being occupied with
I
a video.
never do that.
Yeah, when we go to Texas Roadhouse and you
Oh,
sit there,
yeah.
you want to play with the video game. So my
Yes,
son,
because nothing is entertaining.
exactly. So I mean, unfortunately, Texas Roadhouse has that to occupy children and keep them quiet. So me and Mom can maybe enjoy our dinner, but. Where Wyatt is actually going with that experience is he's leaving the restaurant and going into a video game. He can do that at home. He's not experiencing the restaurant and what it actually can provide him because he may be bored. And
Yes.
he is 11 years old. And unfortunately,
That is why I do not have a phone.
well, you don't have a phone, but you shouldn't be playing video games in a restaurant as well. We should be having dialogue like we're having right now. Leave a comment down below and see what your son and 11-year-old son is doing in a restaurant. So,
Yeah.
I don't want to make this thing run too long, but let's get into the next question. What information do guests wish restaurants made easier to find? So
The
I would
bathroom?
the bathroom. That's a
Because
good.
usually there's like a one little sign. And
Sure.
it's like,
Yeah, the
"Woo."
bathroom. That's a good answer. Making it easier to find. I don't know
A
if
table?
a table. That would be things, basically probably their desires when they're sitting down. I want to find something that I really would like. What if I'm going to the restaurant? Hopefully, I would like that anyway. Something made me leave my house to go to the restaurant, so that would be, whatever. That's I'm kind of rambling off here, but anyway, um, the question: what information does guests wish restaurants would make easier to find? I would say discovery, or just what is the restaurant all about? What is the purpose of the restaurant? What's the culture? What's the theme? What's the energy?
Dinosaur.
It's not dinosaurs, but restaurants. People get into restaurants to express something, to give an experience, to give hospitality. It would be nice for a customer to sit down and say, "Wow, I really feel that purpose in that story that they're trying to portray." Usually, a customer just sits down, they read a menu, they eat, and they take off without having that actual emotional attachment to the restaurant.
Yeah, if it's a good restaurant, then we'll want to stay after.
You do. You want to stay after you eat for sure. Let's see. What is the difference between searching and discovering?
Well, searching is like you're looking for discovering, find new.
Good answer. I would say the exact same thing.
That
So
I just
if
took that from a dinosaur brain. Like,
dinosaur brain, yeah, because he was just searching. He was trying to discover bones when he was breaking apart these things. So the difference between searching, people come in and they're searching for something. If I go into a restaurant, I'm searching for chicken palm. I'm searching for a pasta dish. If I want
Alfredo.
to be discovered, which is better for your restaurant and better for me as an experience, is I want to discover stuff. So I want to have some kind of tool or some kind of experience where I'm discovering something that I didn't realize I would even order, I would even want. So I might just, get off the pasta train, which I love, and go on to the
Chicken wing
seafood, the chicken wing, train. So
train.
searching and discovering. We as operators should be really pushing the discovery portion of our restaurant, not necessarily the searching part. Okay, let's see. Goldfinger, what do you think of all this stuff? Do you have anything to say? Nothing. All right. Well, eventually Goldfinger will make shock us all and actually start to speak. But anyway, um, let's go. If you could give every guest one thing while they were sitting at the table, what would it be?
Entertainment.
If you could every guest one thing while sitting at the table, what would it be? Well,
Animals.
I'd give them. Well, that's kind of that's kind of an interesting question. What would I get if I can give every guest at the table? I guess I would give them an emotional attachment to the establishment, a memory that makes it emotionally attached to the establishment. So when they leave the establishment, they feel emotionally attached, and a memory. The memory being when you ask your wife or that she asks you to marry her, you're emotionally attached to that space for the rest of your life. You remember that that's a memory. On a birthday or an anniversary or something that's just really exciting, you can relate to that space based on what that emotional experience was. So I guess I would give, if I could give to every guest that comes into the restaurant, I would give them that emotional memory that attaches the restaurant to them for life, because that's possible. What would you do? What do you think of that answer there, Wyatt?
Good. I would give them prehistoric reptiles,
Prehistoric reptiles. You could also throw that into the mix if you
aka
want. But
dinosaurs.
but I don't know. Storing all the dinosaurs for every guest to come into a restaurant could be actually pretty. That's a lot of storage. Unless they're tiny little dinosaurs, everybody can get a little dinosaur. Sometimes you can just give guests some kind of thing like that when they leave the restaurant, like the mints. Everybody loves mints, but they may not remember your. I mean, I remember. Well, back in the day, there was mints at the front of the restaurant, and they were
Yeah,
just open mints. They weren't wrapped or anything like. They were just mints. People would just be grabbing them and eating them, sneezing on them, and all that kind of stuff.
that's
That's
disgusting.
back when we used to drink out of the hose and and all that fun stuff. That was good times back then.
Yeah, at the pool, like there's a restaurant on top of it,
Make sure you're
down
talking to the mic.
downstairs, and um upstairs, like next to the restaurant, like where the main restaurant is, where the bar is. There's like mint chocolates, and every time I go there, Winnie, my sister Winnie, she always makes me grab a handful for both of them. Sometimes I do it for myself.
I like mint chocolates. Those are good ones.
Yeah.
Putting those on a pillow. Okay. How does helping guests discover more? How does helping guests discover more create better experiences? So just like I was saying, I think I was saying before, just I think the guests that are coming in are looking for discovery, and discovery is the experience. You know, discovering things that they wouldn't normally eat or normally do or normally feel. So discovery is a real big ingredient to a guest experience. You know, when you go to a fine dining thing, sometimes there'll be a chef's menu, and you won't even know what's on the menu. They're just bringing you dishes that the chef prepared, and you're eating those dishes, and he's explaining to you what's on the dish as you eat it. That's discovery. That's making people be, you know, like, wow, I'm like, I never knew that that was octopus, and I would have never ordered octopus, but it's delicious.
Well, I would have said one thing. Why?
Why eat octopus? Octopus is pretty good.
I never had it.
Well, my boy over here, he loves seafood, so he's not. I mean, Winnie's afraid of like steamers. She calls them eyeballs, and they kind of look like an eyeball. So, I mean, I never really thought about it when
No,
you're
he
doing it,
calls
but it
them
really,
salty eyeball.
well, salty eyeballs, and the delicious salty eyeballs. Wyatt likes them. He likes oysters. He likes all that kind of slimy, gooey stuff. So I think he would
Crab.
like octopus and calamari and all those things. He's a seafood boy like myself.
Whoa.
Okay, let's keep moving on. Goldfinger, you're supposed to get me to keep moving on, you know? Yeah, nice to meet you. Okay, what's one opportunity most restaurants miss every single day? You know, Wyatt?
Entertainment for the 100th time.
I guess entertainment is, yeah, experience and entertainment. So entertainment would be something that restaurants miss every day. I don't think every day. I mean, they're really trying to push, but I think the biggest opportunity that they're missing every single day is not taking advantage of the 3 minutes. There's 3 minutes, I call it, the money moment. And the money moment is when a guest actually sits at the table, they're all situated and comfortable, everything's feeling good. They've talked to everybody, and now it's time for me to give you 100% attention, and I'm ready to buy. So they grab the menu, they're looking at the menu, and that is the moment. So they're just looking at the menu. How you take advantage of that attention is very, very important. And currently, they're just looking at a menu. They scan it. I'll take that, put it down, and that's it. So I think that's probably one of the biggest opportunities that are being missed by every restaurant today. Is that money moment not taking full advantage of the attention that the customers have?
So,
Anything else before we wrap this up, there, Wyatt? Any last closing words? How did Wyatt do on his first YouTube video? I mean, Goldfinger's probably going to give me a ration because he is not the the highlight of the YouTube video. Wyatt's sort of taken away his steam, but that's okay. We're all authentic expression. We powered by AE, which is we don't edit, we just go for it. And I'd say Wyatt did a pretty good job going for it. And leave some comments down below. I'd love to hear some questions. Subscribe. I'm supposed to say that. Like, subscribe my channel. And I'd love to hear some of your questions or even some of your comments on the answers that I gave. You know, those are just my answers. And my answer is the one that counts.
make sure to leave good comments about me.
All right, so I got, again, Colin Wilcox, Extraordinary Concepts, Wyatt Wilcox from
Dinosaurs.
7 Luigi Ave, and Goldfinger, and we'll see you guys at the next video. Don't forget to put extra in front of ordinary. I'll see
You
you
just
later.
give away our address?